Hey there, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Zero to Hero. Despite my unannounced hiatus and personal issues came up, but I'm back here, guys, and I am always willing to discuss and just talk more about fighting games with you guys, getting into the competitive community, and that's the whole point of Zero to Hero. It's about just trying to get into the community, what you and I can do to improve as a player, and see how we can always. There's always room for improvement, and we're just discussing what we can randomly do here. If this is your first time tuning into an episode of Zero to Hero. So for this episode, I actually do want to talk about something I find extremely important right now, and that is the importance of the community, the importance of building a community, what we can do to help build the community, what we can help to sustain the community, just the community in general. Like, I'm kind of just doing this like unscripted, just kind of speaking from the heart here. So let's see how this one turns out. So, the importance of community. Well, to keep it simple, if you don't have someone else to test your skill against, and there's no one to play with when it comes to a fighting game, what's the point of playing a fighting game? If there's no one really to play with, and there's no one really to compete with. Essentially, because the best part of the fighting game is to play with other people. The story mode can only go so far, and the arcade mode eventually loses its charm. Even when you complete it, think of it like this. When you play a shooter, you can play the story all you want, but if there's no one on the multiplayer, you're kind of locking out like a major deal for it. Fighting games, rely on that like couch multiplayer, that just more so on multiplayer than like shooters, I believe. In fact, some games also, you can't even play unless there's some sort of multiplayer. Look at games like Overwatch. If the servers were to go down one day, you wouldn't really have any other reason to boot up the game. There isn't like a campaign mode, or there isn't like a single player mode, to my knowledge, at the time of reporting this. If the servers were to go down one day, you wouldn't have any other reason to boot up the game, and the game becomes obsolete. The only reason why you boot up the game is to see the dancing emotes or listen to that main menu music. So, that's just an overview. So, if you're wondering how to keep a community going, essentially, the first thing that has to happen is make your game look presentable. So let's break this down. If people enjoy watching the game, they're going to play it. And if people enjoy playing the game, yeah, they're going to play it too. It sounds simple enough as it is, but the major thing is you got to make it look presentable. What do I mean by that? It's not like I don't mean you have to wear suits, get your hair done, and look pretty for the cameras for these tournaments. I mean make the game look fun in some aspect. The major reason why I wanted to learn how to play Smash competitively was watching EVO 2013 with Mango and Wobbles. I was watching Marvel Pools and with my friend, and we were like, what's that sound going on in the background? Why are a lot of people like screaming? Nothing really hype is going on the screen. And I realized it was the Melee players getting really hyped off stream. So we tracked down where Melee was streaming, and we were watching, I believe, top 8. Yeah, we were watching top 8 of Melee, and I was watching EVO 13, and I saw Mango and Wobbles, and at the time I thought wobbling was hype. I loved hearing the crowd energy from it. I'm pretty sure when Wobbles was wobbling Mango, they weren't cheering, they were mainly jeering. They were not really happy to see it, but I still felt like the energy, and it did sound like cheering to me, so hey, got me interested in it. And like, that's what newcomers are looking for, I feel, when it comes to trying a new fighting game. Does it look fun in the high level, or even at like the basic level? Do they understand why something is so energetic and so hyped? Maybe it's a nice comeback moment, like your Justin Wong, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, or a Daigo parry, or like a nice combo like the Wombo combo. Like, think of things like the Wombo combo. Think of the Daigo parry. At face value, they're pretty hyped to look at, even if you don't know like what's going on. It sends chills up my spine every time I decide to just rewatch the Daigo parry every time, and it makes me feel like, yeah, like that looks fun. That looks awesome. In fact, I know some people who have played fighting games, who started to play fighting games because of that specific moment. Because of moments like the Wombo combo, because of moments like Justin Wong's comeback and the Daigo parry. To like to people who don't know how that works, it looks exciting. They've seen these games before. They've seen, Street Fighters, like a Street Fighter, Smash Brothers, Tekken, and they didn't know they can make the game do that. They didn't know that they can make the game do that. They want to do that. Some people want to recreate something like that. Like, obviously, you can't just make these moments happen through just forcing it. It just happens. But look at it this way. It's a community effort altogether. While it might just happen, when it happens, it feels good, because I feel, at least when, someone's getting hyped over something, whether it be something at a local or at a national level, someone sees the video out of context, and they can take it one of two ways. They could say, wow, that's so cheap, or they could say, I want to do something like that. So, I guess the major thing I want to say here is that, make the game look cool. Make it, things like, if we're using, the sports example, Super Bowl 42, I believe, the David Tyree helmet catch. A highlight like that, so people like watching football. That's what people bring up when they talk about, cool moments that happen in football. Try and make the game look fun. Make it look interesting. Make it look hype. That's the first way to, maybe inspire someone to play. The next step that'll help a community grow, is if they stay. And that's by trying to be welcoming as possible, be friendly as possible. I know some people who avoid certain games because of how bad the community is. Let's try not to do that. Sure, you can have some characters in the community. You can put a persona or something, where you're kind of like that, like a heel and face perspective, like in wrestling storylines. But if you're a heel and no face to interact with, you kind of look like an asshole. And just like trolling and stuff in the community. Again, for me, trolling comes from this original term called being an asshole. So, sometimes when people see trolling and stuff, especially out of context, when that's their first thing that they see, it's not a good look for the community. That can drive away people from the community. If you meet some dudes who enjoy that heelish persona, try to keep it within your group of friends. I feel people who know you, they know who you are. If someone just meets you and that's their first impression of you is a heelish persona, they're not going to be too favorable of you in the end. And I guess the first thing that I recommend is just let people play. If you have a casual setup going around and they ask to play, let them join in. Quarters up. Welcome them in. I mean, you don't have to go out for food with them all the time. You don't have to hang out with them outside of the event. But just let them know that they belong, because you guys share one thing in common, at least: love of playing fighting games. If they ask for help for what they're doing wrong or they want to improve, don't be afraid to give them some advice. We're all looking to improve in some way, whether it's opening our mind to an extended combo, practicing a safer play style, or learning how to consistently throw a short Yukin. Some people really do look forward to these events also. They love just interacting with people there. They love seeing friends that they might not see when they see these events, when they go to these events, because real life sucks. Some people, they look forward to these events because they want to take a break they get to take a break. This is their one day off, and they're looking to have a good time, and no one really wants to soil a good time like that. And just interacting with everyone just seems really good. Asking them how they're doing in bracket, who they play, and what they think about the game. I know, because I'm one of those people. I love running the brackets that I run. I love being at these tournaments and seeing everyone there. Everyone cracking jokes with each other. Being able to play, help each other improve, giving each other pointers, things like that. Whether it be an 8-man bracket or a 1,000-man bracket, community is always needed for not just the fighting game community, but for esports communities in general. Because without the community, there are no tournaments. There's nothing to do there, essentially. There's no way to grind. There's no social aspect. Because that's what this all boils down to. This is a social aspect, we're more than just players who press buttons. Things happen on the screen, we just say good games and leave. we want to meet new people when it comes to this. There's a need to be a part of a group. And the biggest thing that I have to say with communities is it's more than just, it's also to a degree more than just going out, which is going out to support the locals, which, mind you, is the biggest thing that, like, I will always say. Support your locals, guys, because without you guys, without the pop monsters, without the top players, there's no one really there. There's no one really there to support the community, and the community just ends up dying. Like, I've heard a couple of times throughout, like, communities and stuff where players are like, "Oh, I go 0-2, and it's like they don't need me." We do. We need, like, I call them pot monsters, not as an insult, but like just a fun little nickname I have. But like, pot monsters are just as important as like your Zeros, your Daigos, Justin Wong. Like, we need you guys because, well, one, it makes the pot bigger, and two, like, it's always nice to have like just different personalities and different people coming to play a fighting game. So, without the community guys, without you guys out there, without people just having an interest, there is no fighting people. I'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of Zero to Hero. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Zero to Hero. My name is Well Dressed Gem. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.